Did you know that renewable energy, also known as clean energy, was responsible for creating 11% of the US's total energy in 2018? Why is renewable energy a better alternative to the fossil fuels? There are two major differences between the two. Renewable energy is energy that is able to be reused in our lifetime, and it gives off zero pollution, whereas fossil fuels give off CO2 pollution and take millions of years to reproduce. When talking about fossil fuels, the two most common used ones are coal and oil. Oil is used in everyday life, such as your car, mass transportation, airplanes, even in your pens, paints, all that is oil is made by the production of oil and fossil fuels, which gives off a crazy amount of CO2 emissions. The second one, which is coal. Coal is mostly used to generate power. It generates power by burning the coal and then heating up water, which then creates vapor or steam, which then turns an electric generator. This creates power, but at the same time, it creates CO2 emissions. You may be thinking to yourself, so what? CO2 emissions. CO2 emissions are very bad for the earth. They create an effect called the greenhouse effect. This is where a thick layer of CO2 or emissions of any sorts goes up into our upper atmosphere and leaves a thick layer there. That layer then creates a barrier, so when the sun's rays hit Earth, they can bounce off and then they hit the CO2 emissions, which they cannot escape back into space, so it keeps bouncing back and forth. This is what is creating rising temperatures. These rising temperatures have many bad contributions, such as rising sea levels and melting our polar ice caps, and also creating bad air quality. But the two that I want to address are the rising sea levels, which are endangering low-lying cities, and air quality. These are the two major ones that are having a major effect on us right now. But there is a solution to this, and that is renewable energy. There are many different sources of renewable energy, such as solar, wind, and dam or hydropower. These are some of the most used renewable energy sources that we are using today. Solar works by the sun hitting a panel which traps the energy of the sun's rays, and it creates power. Hydro is used in dams. The water is pulled down by gravity, which then it spins a turbine which is connected to an electric generator, which creates energy. And the last one is wind. Wind power is created by taking a big old pole and sticking a turbine with blades on it. The wind then grabs the blades and spins it, which then creates electricity because the blades are connected to an electric generator. Those are the three most used power sources in renewable energy, and not one of them gives off any emissions whatsoever. Why is renewable energy a better alternative than fossil fuel energy? The major reasons are it gives off zero pollution, It is renewable in our lifetime. It also gets rid of the greenhouse effect. Our Earth will slowly be able to recover from that, and it'll be able to reduce those emissions which create that effect. We won't be able to get rid of it entirely because there are so many other contributors, but that will help lessen the risks of the greenhouse effect. CO2 is not a clean gas, and it's not renewable, and it does take millions of years to reproduce the energy which is created by CO2, or which is created by fossil fuel energies. So those are the main reasons why fossil fuels are bad for energy and why renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydro are the better ways to go. Thank you.